Hey everyone, it's Ben, and today we're going to take a look at another sweet large chopper from Tops. So this bad boy is the all-new Tops Chete. One awesome looking blade right out of the box. Again, it's just one of those blades that just wants to chop. Now, I previously looked at the Power Eagle. We'll do a little side-by-side of that a little bit later. The Chete has a new finish on it called Acid Rain. You can see how sick that finish is, and the way that they do it assures that there is going to be no two alike, so all going to be somewhat different in their finish. It is 1095 steel, and you have these beautiful micarta handles rounded over. Gives you a very good purchase. What I like is that it's got the two-stage grip to it, so it's got the reverse or the further back grip here for, you know, getting a little bit more power. And then on this one, as opposed to the Power Eagle, which really doesn't have a choil to it, this one has a front position. Both positions fit my hand really well. On the back here, you've got sort of an exposed pommel, a couple little lanyard rings there. You do have the bow drill divot in both sides of the knife. Made in the USA, and again, just reminds me of, you know, just a large butcher knife. I mean, just screams I want to chop. And then whereas you really couldn't with the Power Eagle, you can choke up on this and do a little bit of finding work. But again, with these large blades, I'm not going to be doing too much fine work. You're going to want to pair this up with something like the Bracamo or something a little bit smaller, maybe the mini Scandi that they have, and just leave this to the chopping. Overall length is 17.5 inches with a blade length of 12 inches, and you've got that 1/4 inch thick steel that of course runs all the way to the end here, right through the handles, full tang of course, and 29.5 ounces. So I think the real question is how does it chop, and how does it compare to one of my favorite choppers of all time, the Power Eagle? So here are the two side by side, the Chete on the bottom and the Power Eagle on the top. You got the black traction coating on the Power Eagle. Now this is the newly revised Power Eagle, so a little bit different blade geometry. And as far as blade length goes, the Power Eagle has a little bit more blade length with that bolo design to it. And of course, the Chete is more of a machete slash butcher, you know, style knife. You can see there with the choils, again, you have the finger guard for the Power Eagle on the top, but the choil extends out onto the blade surface on the Chete, allowing you to do some of that finer work that you really can't do with the Power Eagle. Blade thickness is the same on both at a 1/4 inch thick, and you got 1095 on both, again with that Acid Rain finish on the Chete and the black traction coating on the Power Eagle. Let's take a look at that beautiful handle. You can see you have two-tone micarta there, again rounded off. You got the black in the center, just makes it stand out quite a bit, and again just gives it an awesome look to this knife. Then from the handle all the way down to the tip, we've got that Acid Rain finish, which I hope they continue to do on some of their blades, because it is quite a sharp looking knife indeed. So one of the cons I had for the Power Eagle was the sheath that it came with. It just came with this standard nylon sheath. Again, I'm probably going to get some Kydex made for it. So with the Power Eagle, again, you just got this MOLLE compatible sheath. With the Chete, they stepped it up a little bit, and you have this Kydex sheath. Now you can get this Kydex sheath in two different options. You can get it with a leather dangler, which is what you see here, or you can get it with their standard spring steel clip. It fits the knife perfectly. You just slide the knife right down in to the sheath. It locks in there really well, and then it also has a retention snap that you can go ahead and snap as well. So once you've got that snapped, it is not going to fall out. It doesn't have any rattle to it, and again, it'll fit right down on your belt here as a dangler. So what I have here is a few of the same logs that I used in the Power Eagle video. We'll see how well the Chete stacks up to that. I'm going to roll in some side-by-side footage so you can see that. So let's go ahead and chop some wood. Didn't make it through on the first chop there. I'm going to go at it a little bit different way here. All right, all the way through. All right, let's set another one up here. Try to hit that in the same spot again. So great for around the house if you just need to chop up some small kindling, maybe for an indoor wood stove. Definitely fun way to do it using the Chete. For good measure, and so the Chete can redeem itself, we're going to go at it one more time. Now I'm holding this in the further back position. I don't really want to hold it there, although what the heck, let's give that a try. It really wasn't slipping out of my hand at all. Now the Power Eagle has those bands that go over it, and I did actually get a little slip on the Power Eagle. This one, I'm not getting any slip in the rear position. Let's go ahead and chop in this position. I felt like that would have went all the way through had I been choked back. Pretty minimal effort there on the smaller chunks. And you can really aim it really well too. So pretty precise chopping ability. Can chop out some nice little planks. Can easily make tons of kindling for an indoor stove. Another thing I did with the Power Eagle was sink it into the stump a little bit. See how far we could get it. Wow. That's the pure power. Ugh. Pure power of the Chete. Yeah, she sinks into some wood, that's for sure. Ugh. Obviously no problem chopping smaller stuff. Sorry.
It's all right.
So theoretically, even though I would never really do this with a larger blade, you can choke up into that choil, and that's going to allow you to get your hand real close to that edge there and use it for some finer work, making it more of a one-tool option, in my opinion, than the Power Eagle. I think the Power Eagle has it beat a little bit in its power. They're weighted about the same. I believe the Chete is just a little bit heavier, but just something about that blade geometry on the Power Eagle, I think, does a little bit better job. Maybe it's the shoulders on it. Does a little bit better job of this than splitting. Although as pure chopping power goes, I think this one has it beat. I think it sinks deeper into the log, and I mean, even just straight down, I can really sink that thing down into the log. So which one do I personally like better? I like them both. But this one is certainly sweet with that acid finish. Again, this one being a little bit more of a one-tool option. I like the handle on this one a little bit better. So I don't know. Since this one does seem to chop almost as good, you know, maybe this one's a little bit better as a one-tool option. But boy, they both sure are fun. And this works really well for the finer stuff. So I don't know, it's growing on me. One of the things that I really like about this sheath is not only is it a dangler, but it has snaps on the dangler loop, so you don't have to take your belt off to get it on and off. I wish all sheath manufacturers would make their sheaths that way. but the machete pulls out pretty easy, and of course you just drop it right back down in there, and then you can secure the strap. And you might want maybe a leg brace for it. You know, I might put some sort of some cordage around there to keep it on my leg. Otherwise it's going to be dangling around. Of course, for those of you that don't know, a dangler is so that you can sit down and your knife isn't jabbing into you. So if you did tie it to your leg, you might want some kind of quick release that you could release it when you sit down. But all in all, I think I like this design better than the spring steel. Either way, you can get it both ways. So maybe you wanted to clear a path and you had some small saplings in your way like this, a bunch of small vegetation. The Chete is probably going to work a little bit better for you than a true machete. However, if you're bushwhacking through tall grasses and plants, that's where an actual machete and the flexibleness of it is going to work a little bit better. But for small stuff like that, you'd have no problem clearing yourself a path with the Chete. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, taking a look at the Tops Chete. It's a heck of a chopper. Now, who would this knife be good for? Obviously, it would be good for someone that maybe chops down firewood, for example, kindling. Be great for around the home for that. Obviously, it'd be great for the zombie apocalypse, crushing some skulls. It'd be great for if you have larger vines and things like that that you would need to chop your way through. I think a machete, being flexible and a little bit longer, would be better for vegetation clearing. But if you have a lot of thickets, for example, with a lot of small hardwood type material, then something like this would allow you to chop through it, where a machete may be underpowered to do so. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me a comment below. Please share this video to any friends or family on your social media. And as always, click that red subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.